Okay, guys. The Fireflies are close. Shoot or be shot.
Fuck those guys.
Okay, so this is my opinion on what they should add in The Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer and what they should fix. When I say they, I mean Naughty Dog. What Naughty Dog should fix from The Last of Us Part 1 multiplayer when they are putting it into The Last of Us Part 2. So, one thing that they should fix is lag and latency, which I believe is what you call it. But everyone's been playing the multiplayer on The Last of Us, and there's always been times where you just lose connection to the host, and you lose all of your progress from that match, even though you're probably doing really good and finished all of your challenges. And that gets really annoying and irritating. And not only that, but when you're in the game, sometimes, let's say you're vaulting over a piece of a cover, or, you're jumping over, or you're jumping off of a platform to avoid a smoke or a bomb. You could be on the opposite end of the cover, you could be pretty much done vaulting over it, but the animation, when you get hit by the object, you will fly back over where you jumped from, and you'll be down, or you'll be stunned, making you vulnerable to the enemy because you are stunned or down. And I don't know if this is lag or not, it might just be something to do with the animations or something, but it's happened to all of us, and it is pretty annoying, so they should fix that too. And another thing, which I think that you could call this latency, I don't know what it is, but when there's always been a time where someone's shooting at you and you don't know where they are, and you just sprint away to hide behind some cover, and you could end up being behind cover, and they'll still end up getting a few hits on you, and they'll probably end up downing you, which is really annoying, because, you will be completely behind cover, yet one of their bullets will still end up hitting you, even though from their angle they shouldn't be able to hit you at all. And you're perfectly behind cover, and it's really annoying. It happens all the time, and they should definitely fix that. It also happens in the Uncharted 4 multiplayer too, I think, sometimes. But yeah, so they should fix that, and that is pretty much all I have to say about bugs or lag or anything like that. Other than that, the game is fine. Now, something that Naughty Dog could expand upon is being able to revive people. Now, you could already do it in this one, but in Uncharted 4, they also added it, and you're allowed to revive and move at the same time. So in Last of Us Part 2, that'd be really cool if you could revive people while you guys both, crawl away to cover. It'd be really nice if they added that. And also, another thing for reviving, having the ability to just, give up and kill yourself instead of having to wait for someone to come get you. Because sometimes you just know that no one's going to come get you, or, the enemy's just, teabagging you or something, and you don't care and you want to die and respawn. But there's no option to do that. You have to wait it out. So, they should add a way to, give up or end up killing yourself. So, that's another thing.
Alright, good to go.
Now, another thing is maps. All the maps, or most of them, in Last of Us are really, really good. The only underdog map is downtown, which not a lot of people like at all, including me. It is not... I don't like the map. It is very well detailed, but it's just... I don't know. I never seem to do good on it, and it's too all over the place for me, and I just don't like how the map is. But seeing how Uncharted 4 ended up with the maps, enormous compared to the other Uncharted games, it's safe to say that The Last of Us Part 2's maps will be even bigger than the ones in Last of Us Part 1. But since the maps are going to be bigger, they should maybe add a few more game modes. Now, I am completely fine with the 3 game modes that they have right now. All 3 of them are really, really good. They're all fun and they're all different in their own way. But more game modes, maybe even a survival mode in The Last of Us would work, especially since that they'll have bigger and better maps. Now, Uncharted 4 brought back the survival mode, and it works extremely well because of how the combat works in that game. So adding a survival mode or co-op mode would be really cool, because the combat in The Last of Us is really, really good as well. If not, it's better than Uncharted 4's combat. So it'd be really cool to go against AI hunters or fireflies or whatever the enemies are in The Last of Us Part 2. It'd be really, really cool to do that, considering how the combat works in this game. or even an infected mode where you and a couple of friends have to go against a bunch of infected and kill them all, or do segments stealthy. It kind of feel like Uncharted 3's co-op, if anyone remembers that. So you and up to like two friends could go against a bunch of AI and like complete like little short stories or something like that, or just make it waves. It doesn't matter. Just I want to see co-op in Last of Us Part 2.
One down.
Now I don't really know what to say about this one, but there are always those people in your lobbies with the DLC launchers or the tactical shotguns or all those DLC guns that they had to buy in order to play in the game. Now, maybe those players are good, maybe they're not. But the thing is, not everyone wants to spend money on guns in the game. So then making the DLC guns cost $1 or $2, which is fine for me, maybe it's not fine for everybody else. So I think making a different progress system would actually be better for earning guns, because you having to pay real money to be able to have the same gun as somebody else that is trying to play as well. It's kind of bad. I don't like that. No, it's definitely better than like a loot crate system. Especially like the chests that they added in Uncharted 4. Those aren't really that good either. They're not terrible, but they're not good either. I don't know how they would fix this. Just maybe don't make DLC guns, or just make it so maybe they're more difficult to earn, but don't make it so you have to spend real money in order to get them. So it could keep things kind of fair. And like I said, maybe just a completely different progression system, because the one in The Last of Us, it's fine. It's just you pick a firefly or a hunter, and you have to survive like 12 weeks as one of those factions, and that's basically it. And every time you do that, you pass the 12 weeks, you end up getting like a little like symbol added to your rank or next to your gamer tag, which is, I guess it's neat. But if they made it so like you earn something every time you level up, and I understand that maybe they'd have to like add loot boxes, so there's an in-game currency and you can spend on stuff. I don't know, just whatever makes the progression system in the game better, and whatever keeps DLC guns from costing money. That is it. Now, those are all of my ideas that I have for The Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer. I cannot think of anything else that needs to be improved or added, but once again, the multiplayer is pretty good the way it is now. But yeah, I might end up making another video, but explaining what I want to happen for the story. So, as you may know, the story for The Last of Us is kind of what made it a big deal and what made it such a perfect game. Now, I personally do not think that Naughty Dog can top the story of the first one, but, it's Naughty Dog, so you never know what to really, get. So, I might make another video explaining everything that I want for that. But, if you do want a video like that, then just, I don't know, leave a comment letting me know, and I will probably explain my thoughts. But, that is it for now, and thank you for watching.